show. We need to talk.
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 Welcome back to another episode of We Need to Talk. I'm your host, MR.KOA, alongside,
Boy.
and this is episode number 32. If you guys really enjoyed our Ask WNTT Volume 2 last week, we're getting a lot of good reception from that episode. Thank you guys for that. We have another guest on the show. We haven't had a guest in a couple weeks, especially a female. What was the last female guest we had?
I don't remember.
I don't even remember. Look at
been a
that.
while.
That's actually a bad thing. We need more females on the show. We got a new female on the show. You can state your name. You can
Amanda.
introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi
Amanda.
guys. My name is Amanda.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you know Z? I don't know this relationship.
Okay, we met in college. We were studying public relations.
Yeah.
This one dropped out
Yep.
and proved everyone wrong because he actually got like a career in the field
Yeah.
while we were all suffering being broke in
You
college.
dropped out the course, or?
He dropped out. Like,
Yeah.
the funny thing about you dropping out was that you made a big stink. We had to do like an art show.
Did I make
And-
a mistake?
We had a very big stink with a certain girl in the class about what your position would be. And you were like, I need to do social media because this is what I'm going to do in my field. And I need to do digital marketing.
That's
and
how Z's talking?
no, he's like, because the girl was bossing up and he
Yeah.
was like, I'm actually not having this. So he was like going at it.
Like a group member or the prof?
Yeah, like no, a group member
Oh, okay.
in our class.
Yeah.
And literally
I remember this. But I
Yeah,
wasn't
after the
like,
holiday
I need to do
break-
social
You were.
media.
after,
Definitely not.
yes, you were. After
him
holiday
again.
break,
Man was
you were bossing up. After
bossy.
holiday break, we were like, okay, social media, where's some more? Some more dropped out of the program.
Did
I
you
don't think I was like.
Of course
Hey,
you
give me
don't think. That's a
No, but
You
I know
were.
I wasn't talking like that.
You were. You know
Tell
why?
me
Because you don't like
Amanda has
her.
a habit of doing this.
I'm not doing. You don't like her. That's
What
why
is
you
she
did
doing?
that.
She has a habit of making
telling the
it
truth?
seem- No.
No,
Oh.
you don't like this girl. That's why you did that. If it was anyone else, I know that you wouldn't have responded the way that you did. But you don't
No,
like
listen,
this girl.
I did glow up, but what I'm saying is like. She has a habit of making it seem like I was acting one way when
You're delirious.
there was no way I was in class going.
Literally,
"I'm
you guys
social
were
media."
arguing in class.
Yeah, I was arguing with her, but I wasn't like on social media. I need to do this.
Do you remember
No.
how you were arguing?
Yeah, I remember.
You
how
remember
I,
your argument?
Does that sound how I argue?
I have no idea. I don't know University Zamora.
That's
College.
true.
No.
That's
I don't know
true.
college Zamora.
That's
Oh my
true.
Hey, I met you post college.
Oh my
Could have been a
God.
different man out there. Yo, school changes mans, you know.
You were heated
When
because
no
she was
one's
trying to
around-
body you. She like tried to snake you for the position, and you were just like, "Yeah, you're not gonna run over me. Like, this is my position." And then what happens? 2-2s, man's gone.
Was he standing up and he's arguing?
No, he had his hand like this. Like he was like, "You need to understand." Like,
let them know.
Yo, you were. I do not remember.
okay, so I'm
something.
gonna ask Orban because she'll remember this.
Isn't it crazy how
Orban's
people...
also delusional.
Okay, so I guess
Oh, he's... Like,
she's the
she-
girl. She's saying that our mutual friend from college is delusional as
Is
well.
she not?
As well, she said.
As
so that
well.
means you are also delusional.
No,
He's
I
as
said
well
as
as
well.
me.
Oh, is he?
He's
Oh,
saying
so
I'm
everyone's
delusional.
crazy except you.
Yeah,
Yes.
cool.
Welcome to the show, Amanda. This is gonna be a great episode.
Nice to meet you.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. I don't know much about you.
I know. I think I met you once at Kadim's birthday,
Oh,
the
yeah,
barbecue.
once.
I met you once.
So I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about you. They don't know anything about you. So this is your opportunity. What do you do? What are you interested in?
I'm 22.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to school, studied public relations. I was doing like development assistant work, while also like working retail.
Okay.
So for now, I'm still working retail. I'm kind of like figuring out what I want to do. Public relations is cool, but it's not something that I'm passionate about. So yeah,
What are you passionate about, actually?
I love sleeping. Living off of my parents.
You're passionate about that?
Very.
Until what age?
So here's the thing. My brother's 28 and he's getting away with a lot. So until they cut him off, I'm expecting... He's 6 years older than me.
Okay.
So until I get to his, like... So my parents cut him off at 30. I'm expecting to ride this through until I'm 30.
Okay, so your serious answer is...
What I just told you.
Because she's serious.
I'm being dead serious, yeah. No,
So
I'm not
you're-
passionate about mooching off my parents. But I don't
exactly.
know. I'm kind of figuring out what I'm good at. I don't really know what I'm good at. I think that I did a good job at... So I was working for like the city of Toronto, this like community center, and it was interesting. It was cool, but like I figured out what I was good at and what I wasn't good at. Like I'm not good at writing.
Okay.
Media writing is not my thing. But I can do like event coordination, which is what they hired me for, and I think I did good at that. But I'm still kind of figuring out like what I'm good at and what I like. So yeah.
So you have no hobbies or anything like that?
You're making me sound like Zamora.
I'm
Do
not
I have
making-
Zamora? Do I have hobbies? What are
I'm
my
not asking
hobbies?
for more to answer questions for
I
you.
need some more
We're
to
not gonna
answer
do
this
this. No, we're not gonna. We're not gonna do that. So what are your hobbies? Amanda?
I'm actually like a very like dull. I don't think I have hobbies. Like I'm not athletic.
Okay.
I work out
Maybe.
sometimes.
Okay.
Depends.
Do you eat?
We go out to eat a lot.
Okay.
We
Can
don't
you cook?
I can cook, yeah.
That's a hobby.
Yeah, that's not like...
It is a hobby.
Okay,
that is things
cool.
women
Cooking is
cannot
a hobby.
do. People cannot do.
Here we go.
It is a thing. It is a thing many women and people cannot do. 100%.
Okay, nice cleaning that one up.
It's not cleaning up. I'm saying women because you are a woman. So I'm supposed to talk
Okay.
about Z.
You know,
Talking to you.
Samiko and I have had a
So
discussion.
great talking about me earlier.
Hey,
Gang up on me. with this.
she can take heat too. She can take heat too. So you can
fine.
cook, which is cool.
That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anything else? Do you draw? Do you sing? Do
Do
you dance?
No, I'm not very talented. No, I don't think so.
So what would your Tinder profile say?
I would never use Tinder.
Never?
Never. Never.
Okay, cool. Do you have Instagram?
Sure.
You sure have Instagram?
Yeah, I have Instagram. I don't really use it. Like, I don't post.
So plug your Instagram so people can
Amanda
follow you
Sarah,
and check a page of nothing.
2 A's, 2 photos. That's it. Like, there's nothing to really see there.
Okay, cool.
I think my Twitter is funny, but I'm like keeping that private because I'm looking for like a real job and I don't want them to like see
Twitter.
me.
I think Twitter is more personal.
It is.
I like to tell people like people think Twitter is like I take people's Twitter more serious. I don't use Twitter as
Yeah.
much as I used to, but I take people's Twitter more serious than their Instagram.
Yeah.
Because Twitter, your actual thoughts.
Yeah.
Your
Like
thoughts,
it's these are things you're saying.
Yeah.
Whether you're fucking around joking,
Yeah.
you thought about this. Whether you're joking or not, you're like
I wanna
I'm
send
okay with posting this
Yeah.
Yeah.
as my thoughts.
Yeah.
Whether you guys think I'm joking or not, I'm gonna publicly say this is what I think on something.
No, I
So
agree.
you go to a girl's page or a guy's Twitter and you read stuff he says, you're like, you're fucked up.
You're
like
mean.
you're like
No, I think my Twitter's hilarious, but it's like private right now because I'm looking for like a big girl job, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can't see me talking about like dick appointments and like stuff like that. It's not really.
oh, so you're raunchy.
Not. No.
Your
no.
first line was dick appointment. What?
Like that's just funny. Like that's just my sense of humor. But like
Which
I'm
is
not.
raunch, which is fine.
I'm a whole.
Dick appointment?
That's
Is it raunchy?
so vulgar.
You
the way
said dick.
You said dick appointment.
Am I supposed to say a soft D on the dick?
Like a soft D. Like you put like hard K too. Like dick.
Because there's only one way to say dick appointment.
Oh my god! I will never tweet about dick appointments
Say it
ever
like that.
again.
That's the only way to say
You
it.
keep saying it like
It's
that.
dick appointment.
No.
She knows what it is.
No.
He does the head bob. The
Dick appointment.
The dick appointment. Let her know. You know what you're about to do.
No. I my tweets are like complaints. A lot of funny complaints and like
okay.
unfortunate things that happen to me that I.
So can people follow your Twitter? Or is that private too?
No, it's private, but like whatever.
What's
It's
your Twitter?
Manda Show _.
Amanda Show?
Manda, like MANDA, show _.
Show like SHOW?
Yeah, like the Amanda Show.
Oh,
but like the Amanda Show was
What's the
taken.
question, Z? We have questions?
Oh, thanks for your interest.
Just joking. Welcome to the show. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
All
fun.
right, so first question comes from Stacks Calendar.
Okay.
I don't know who that is, but they say, do you guys believe in giving your girlfriend money for her maintenance, nails, hair, etc., and without her having to ask for it? I'll get your opinion after, but what do you think? You heard the question.
Do I believe in giving my girl money
Yeah,
for her maintenance?
yeah. Without her asking for it.
Listen, what? No, like I think I could give my girl or wife or whoever I'm with money for her stuff to if it's something I just feel like being nice one day. If I'm like, hey, like you know what, here's some money, like go do something for yourself. But it shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like so. Want to get my nails done, babe? Like it shouldn't be. It should never be a thing. It should be like a maybe.
The
Like
question is without
what?
her having to ask for it.
like ever or just a couple or like maybe.
Ever. So it's like you've given her, like you've been giving her money.
It's not giving. Been giving.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll do it. It's
That's
not,
the question though. You've been giving her money to
Nah,
do this.
it's not a big
and
deal.
now it's like established.
Nah, that's reckless. No, out of my own kindness of my heart, there may be a couple of times I'm like, hey, you know what? I saw your nails chipped. Go fix that up. Like, cool.
Does chip
Maybe
nail polish
once.
piss you off?
Not as much as bit nails.
Oh,
Okay.
I can deal with chip nail polish if you're not a nail biter.
True. Okay.
Like,
don't mess with that.
if your nails are chipped, like shit happens. Girls can't get their nails done every fucking
Yeah.
week. Like, I get it. But if you're a nail biter, I'm not talking to you. I actually will not talk to a girl who bites her nails. I will not talk to a girl who bites her nails. I'm actually dead serious.
The most picky man on the face of the
I'm
planet.
serious.
Literally the most like.
Use a nail clipper.
we'll get to that later.
Use one.
We'll
Sorry.
get to your pickiness later.
So yeah, do you think that is something that is a perk? You think that's something you actually
That's
would,
a perk, of course.
is that something you would kind of want? Or
Who
just
wouldn't
kind
want
of if
free
it's
money?
no. Is that something you're like the next person I talk to, the next person I meet, whatever, I would like him to want to do that. Or is kind of, if he does that, that's pretty cool.
If he does, that's nice. He doesn't have to. It's not his responsibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uzi?
No. Anyway.
You're not you're not giving money to the girls?
No. No.
Go get your hair did, babe.
No. Like if
on me.
If my girl was to ask me,
yeah.
like, I probably wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not one of those things where I'm gonna be doing it.
Like it's a thing. Like it's
Like,
Tuesday.
I'm not setting that precedent.
It's like
Yeah.
I'm not setting that precedent. Because, for example, how often do you cut your hair? You cut your
I
own
cut my
hair.
own hair,
Yeah,
but
but how often do you cut your hair?
once every 2 weeks or so.
I go somewhere to cut my hair.
Yeah.
I get that done every 2 weeks.
And
right?
no chick is giving you money for that.
I'm not. Right? Like,
No chick. No chick is giving you
no
money.
one's giving me.
Line up
Oh,
money.
Z, you want a haircut, babe? I got you. Never.
Never.
It's not happening.
That's so funny.
That will never happen. That'll never be a thing.
Exactly.
Cool. Take care of yourself. Pay for yourself.
Next question from Dia Mosley. Hey guys, I'm wondering, what's your opinion on having a shared bank account? Pros and cons. I feel like you would only have a shared bank account if you're
Married?
or common law, like
Living together, living together and actually sharing expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a point, and not just sharing expenses where it's like, I buy this, you buy it. Sharing expenses like it's like we both have to pay for the home. We both have to pay for the car. We both so just both put money in there. It's like you put money for the car, you put money for the house, but just a shared bank account where we're both just working and just like, can I just use your bank account? Like,
That's weird.
no.
Yeah.
Especially if I make more or they make more, like.
Yeah.
Why?
It's not gonna happen.
It'll never become. I don't feel like it's ever our money until we actually share something that we purchase together. That's how I view things.
What do you mean? So if you both buy a house together,
yeah,
then
nothing is like if we're just dating somebody, I can never say like people say like my money's what's mine is yours, it's yours is mine. Yeah. But I don't think that ever really holds true unless you actually purchase something together. Like I saved this money, you save some money, and we're like, yo, we want to live together. It's like, yeah, how much is this thing? Or we want to buy a car? Yeah. How much is this thing? How much you got? This. How much you got? And we put it together. This is now ours.
Yeah.
Like anything else is like I have my own possessions. You have your own possessions. You work your own job. I work my own job. Like I'll help you out, but it's not. I'm not working to just have this fucking pot of money where we just both take from when we feel like. You're like, nah.
But if you have a joint account, then like you said, like what if you make more money? How do you know how much money to put in the joint account?
That's what I'm saying. If it's a joint account, then we're both just putting in the same amount.
But what if you make more money than me?
That's our joint account though. So that whatever's in there is based on what we can both afford, eat or what we agree to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I make more, so I'm overcompensate, put more into our joints. Like you can put what you can afford, I'll put what we can both afford, and that's that money. You know what I mean? As long as we're both consistently doing it. So that's how I think.
Speaking of that,
What?
I have a hot take
Okay.
that I've been arguing with Amanda about for like how long now?
It's been a couple months now.
Months, right?
Yeah.
You can explain it because you know where I'm going with this.
No, so the argument is, if we move out together, if you're dating someone,
Yes.
and you guys move in together, if you make more money than me, but no, sorry, is it expected for like do women expect for the man to pay for the rent? First of all, is what he was saying.
If we live together now.
Yeah.
If we live together.
We move in together.
We
We
Yes,
live together.
we live together.
Does the woman expect I
to pay
to be paying for the rent?
The rent.
I.
So then the
Alone.
argument is also like if he makes more money than you
Right.
and he pays all the rent, are you okay with you're having to like cook and clean and like do laundry?
Then
and,
you're,
like,
then you're putting it into gender roles again, and that's
no,
what
but
people
this
are
is
trying
what
to
I said.
avoid, right?
This is my argument, right? I was arguing that if we live together, we should be splitting rent, right?
Essentially.
That's what I think. We should be splitting rent.
I wouldn't say splitting in terms of even if you're making both money.
It doesn't have to be even.
we never talked about that. Don't do that now.
Excuse me?
What?
Excuse me?
I'm
You're
not-
delirious.
She keeps calling me delirious.
Because I don't think that's true.
No. Hear me out.
When you say,
When I say
splitting means half.
Okay, fine. But when I say split the rent,
Means half. Split.
I will
half.
tell you what I meant.
You mean contribute?
Sure.
That's very different.
But
Split.
but her argument is women shouldn't pay. Period.
I didn't say women.
If the guy's making more money,
If you're making more money than me, I'm not paying for the rent. I'm not gonna leave my parents' house to come shack up with you, and you make more money than me for me to be like,
see what I mean? So
like I'm not doing that. It's not gonna happen.
When I said split the rent, what I was referring to, even though I understand, like, what I was referring to is like, if I make more money than you, you should still be
contributing,
putting money in some way or form. If you're not gonna put any money in, then you got to be doing something else. Like
Like
I don't,
what?
I don't
How do you-
ever have to. And I said this is where the generalities
Yeah.
come in. You better be cooking like every day.
See,
If you, Ryan, think about what you're saying here.
what I'm saying.
No, think about what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let's do a hypothetical right now. Right?
Yes.
You move in with a girl.
Okay.
You make a little bit more money than her.
Yeah.
She's saying, I'm not paying any rent whatsoever. Hypothetically, again, because I know you would never do this,
Okay,
but you're going to pay the rent. You're also going to come home. And what is she doing? What is she doing?
Doesn't she work? Is she not working? She's working, just not paying the rent. Correct.
Yeah.
She.
So what
No,
is
but
she,
I'm asking that.
So what is she
She's
doing?
still. Is she not working and I'm
Not
paying the
working.
rent?
Not
she's.
working.
I'm not dating girls not working.
That's not.
What?
That's different.
That's not the
We
same
didn't
at
talk
all.
about
Okay,
that.
so she's working.
So that's what I'm saying. So you're saying she still works, just doesn't want to
So
contribute to rent.
what contribution is going to the household then?
I'm sorry.
What contribution is going to the household then? If she's not willing to pay towards the place that she is also staying in,
But
what is she doing then?
But the reason I'm asking very specific questions is she working and just not contributing,
Yeah.
or is she
Yes,
not?
that's the whole point.
So if she's working, then we're both gone for the day. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to.
And
No, that makes us a fair question. He wants to know like if
you understand?
Yeah.
Like if she's working,
Yes.
and just doesn't want to pay for rent because she has other bills or whatever, we are both gone for the day. So I'm not.
That's not why she doesn't want to pay for rent.
No,
She
no,
doesn't
no,
want to pay for rent.
listen, no. What I'm trying to clarify for your question is because it's very specific and it's very different. I understand what you're trying to say, but it's a very specific situation. If we both work, I make more than her, but we both are still working a day job. But when I make more money, she makes her money. She just doesn't want to pay for rent because she's like, I don't want to pay for rent. She's still gone for the day. We're still gone for the day. So we both still come home tired, right? So I can't. No, I'm being serious. We both will still come home tired. I'm not saying I'm okay with not paying rent, but I'm saying to say because you're not paying rent, then you have to clean or you have to cook, whatever. I do understand we're both gonna be tired. So my issue is not you need to compensate in somewhere else in the home.
That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous that she's not paying rent. That's the ridiculous part. It's not the fact
the
that
whole thing's ridiculous because the whole reason she's not paying rent is solely because
You make more money.
You make more money.
Right.
It has nothing to do with bills that I have outgoing.
Yes.
The fact that she doesn't want to compensate anywhere else.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to help clean. She doesn't want to cook. She doesn't do anything like that. Means that she is basically any money that she is making.
Right.
It goes towards her sole bills.
Yeah.
And that is it.
Do you think I would be with something like that?
No, but you understand why I'm saying that? Me saying that, okay, if you're not gonna do this, maybe you should try.
But that means you're feeding into that bullshit.
not.
You're actually giving her an option.
No,
That's not like
Ryan.
You're saying at
but
least do this.
This whole thing is hypothetical though, because I've
Right.
been arguing the entire time.
Yeah.
That, no, I'm not living with you if you're not splitting.
Yes.
Right,
But then
contributing. But if we're speaking hypothetically,
Yeah.
I'm gonna live with you. I'm gonna pay the entire rent. Let's say we live in downtown Toronto. So
Yeah.
rent is fucking stupid.
Okay.
Fort York.
I'm gonna pay a lot of money
Yeah.
for us to be living here. You're gonna be also working, and if I'm being actually, you know what? I'm gonna say because you probably do work very hard considering the field you're in or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
bullshit it
Everyone's
is.
working. We're both
Like,
tired. We both come home tired.
We both come home tired. I am just saying, like, I think the responsibility of having to pay rent is a big fucking deal. Right?
Yes.
It is a big deal. So I'm saying that, all right, if you are putting the sole responsibility of paying for rent where we both stay, like, what is it that you are doing that is contributing then? That's my question.
And
What-
I'd be okay with cooking and cleaning and doing something like
so
that.
she'd be okay
Even
with
if we're
that.
both coming home tired.
Your argument is, okay, that's me feeding into the... But I'm saying, like, what is it you're doing that's contributing that?
Right.
Because you cannot be, like, I'm sorry, you can't live with someone and not contribute in any way.
Of course.
Me saying at this point, okay, so then maybe you should cook more often. Or maybe you should help with the cleaning more, right? Because knowing me, I'm not going to live in a place where I'm not even going to be cleaning or cooking.
Of
I'm
course
going to do
not.
those.
Yeah, you're still gonna do that regardless.
do those regardless. But for me to say, all right, if you're not gonna pay rent, then like you got to take control of this, then, right?
No, I
don't
listen.
think there's anything wrong.
Jamar,
with
I didn't
that.
say
I don't
anything.
think that's sexist.
I didn't say anything's wrong with it, and I'm not arguing with you saying that it doesn't make sense. I'm just saying that is feeding into the like. I get it's hypothetical, and I get that you're saying you compensate somewhere else, but I'm saying telling the person that because you're not paying rent that you should at least clean blah blah. That is not an equal. That is not a. That's not a equal replacement for paying rent.
It's
like,
not.
Are you? What do you mean?
Hold on.
what?
What about the stay-at-home wives?
You're not staying at home.
That's the
Like,
thing, though.
But that's even more work. If I'm also, stay-at-home wives that don't work, that
Yeah.
solely they're responsible for like paying the bills. Obviously not with their money, but paying the bills on time,
all that.
cleaning, anything that goes wrong with the
Yeah.
house. They're responsible for that, but they don't work. You mean to tell me that if I'm doing that plus working, that's not equal to you paying the rent?
It's not equal to me paying the rent, but I'm saying yes, it's a lot of work, but I'm saying I'm not gonna say because I pay rent that now you are only supposed to be cooking. Like I don't look at it like that. Like I'm still putting you in the role. Like if you can't pay for this, then you might as well start cleaning. Like it's not equivalent for me.
The reason I disagree is that I'm not putting her in a role. It'd be me putting her in a role if there was no conversation to begin with. If it was like
Expected almost.
If I expected her to do that from the jump.
Right.
If we were living together, I'm like, all right, you're gonna handle all the cooking and cleaning, even if you're working, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna bring the money home.
Yeah.
That's putting her in a role. The only reason I say like, all right, we have a conversation. Are you helping with the rent or no? She says no because you make more money, and then it's like, okay, so then.
Just because you didn't say from the start doesn't mean you're not still putting in a role.
No, it does.
Just because you didn't say at the start, you're now doing it.
But what's wrong with that gender role? What if it works for certain people?
Then it does.
It does.
It does. It
It's
does work
not-
for people. It does work for a lot of
No,
people.
because the mentalities are totally different. If I come into the relationship and I'm like, all right, you have to cook and clean, like that's what you do because
Right.
you're a woman.
Yes.
I'm not saying if the roles were reversed, if she made more money than me, right, and I said to her, and this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not paying rent because you make more money than me, right? It sounds ridiculous. It sounds. I'm not paying rent because you make more money than me. And she said, "All right, well, you gotta like
Clean around the house,
do more of the cleaning or like do more of the cooking." I'd be like, "All right," because I'm not contributing to where I'm living.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's putting someone in a role because it just logically makes sense to me. Like,
Okay.
if you're not doing,
I'm saying okay. I'm just bottom line. I'm not dating or being with someone.
You're just too uncomfortable saying to someone like a woman like.
I don't care about that.
No, but you are. For you to say that I'm putting someone in a role.
I'm saying you're putting someone in a role as saying that is an equivalent for rent. I'm
I
saying.
never said it's equivalent. I said that they should be doing something.
Of course, they should be doing something.
So,
They should be doing something. Period. If you
No,
live
but
together,
when
not because I pay rent. It's our house. You should be doing something
but
regardless.
The moment I said cook, the words cook or clean, you immediately associate
Because
those
there's
two words with the gender role.
Because there's other things you could do to contribute other than cook and clean.
So
That's
Like
tell
what?
me, like what? What is it? If you're not paying rent, we still live in this place. Someone has to cook and clean. They have to maintain it. That should be both of us doing that, right? So what other things can they do to contribute to the household? Those are two main responsibilities.
There's things to bring in. There's tasks to be. There's bills you can pay. There's I can get you.
So
I can get you to
bills
do
with my
stuff.
money, which is
It's
what we'd
bills-
already be doing.
Yeah, but if just because I work doesn't mean if things have to get done, I can
I'm
give her the
sorry,
car. I
if
can
I
give her
bring-
do
if I'm bringing in money along with my girl for bills, I should be well aware of where how the money is being paid. I'm not putting that on one person to handle.
No, of course not. I'm
So
saying
then why would you say that, like, there's
you can
no bills?
delegate? You can delegate a task. Anyways, you can tell them to do other things than just cook and clean.
What other
That's not the
things?
only thing that I was like saying that I do as well, but like
What was it?
like I'd obviously like household things that need to be purchased.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if we're out of like dish soap, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, after work, can you go get the dish soap? Like, oh,
Sometimes when you live together, it's just small daily things that need to get done. I'm saying it's not just cooking and cleaning. Is what I'm trying to say.
but that is a very big important
Yeah,
part that he wants taken care of.
Because it's a big deal.
That's what I'm saying, it's a big deal.
Those are some of the biggest deals in a household. Because you come home from work. What's one of the first things you do that you want when you get home?
You shower
whatever.
and you want to put on some clean clothes and you want to have a meal.
I'm trying to make it very clear that if I was in this position, I would still be doing those things. Of
course.
I would still be cooking and I'll still be cleaning. But I don't think it's unreasonable for me to say to the woman, like, all right, if I can't handle some of it sometimes, like, it shouldn't be a problem if I say, can you take care of this for me? I don't want to hear, like,
I feel like
oh,
it's not even.
you know what I mean? Like,
My thing is, I feel like last thing on this topic, but I feel like the woman, if she's aware of the situation, the dynamic you guys have agreed upon,
yeah.
I shouldn't have to tell you this. I feel like I shouldn't have to be like, well, since I pay rent, you should be cooking and cleaning. Like, I feel like you intrinsically should be like, I don't pay rent. My husband or my boyfriend, whoever, he pays rent and takes care of this. Make sure we have a roof over our
Yes,
head.
for a sensible person, but you know for a fact.
that's what I'm- but that's
you
what
know
I'm
for a
try-
fact there are a lot of people out,
I
who would not.
I
think
understand.
that way. So that's where I'm coming
I understand
from.
that, but I'm saying the only way this makes sense to me is the person I'm with. If I'm not going to be paying rent, that they're intrinsically a person that's like, listen, I'm going to do this for the household, not because Ryan said because I pay rent that you were going to do this, but they're going to be like, I don't pay rent. Let me start doing shit. I don't want to have to come home and be like, have a conversation where it's like, oh, Since I pay your rent, then I think you should. No, that's not a conversation. It's not a conversation.
Would you be with someone who said that to you? Like you move in, and they're like, "I'm not gonna pay you rent because you make more money than me."
No.
That's
no,
what,
but
no. That's what I'm saying. That type of person that would say that to me, I know is the same type of person that wouldn't automatically think, "All right, let me do this type," because I know the type of girl I would be with. Right? Most girls I would be with wouldn't say to me from the jump, like, I'm not gonna pay.
Yeah.
They'd at least say, all right. They'd break down the situation. They that's the type of girl I would be with.
Anyways, neither of us would be something like this. What's the next question? This was wild. That was interesting though.
It's true though. I don't know how to say your name, but if you get a, this is problematic. If you get in a one night stand.
Oh, I read that question.
And you get the girl pregnant.
You can ask that. We can ask that question first.
What's your first move?
Say that again.
So basically,
say it one more time. Read all of it one more time.
If you get a one night stand pregnant, and she's keeping it, what's your first move?
Well, she can answer it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You have to answer this, see. I'll answer after you.
You have to answer this.
Well, she can't get someone pregnant.
Well, say, okay, if you get pregnant from a one night stand.
It doesn't make sense. No,
I wouldn't. First of all, I would never have a one night stand.
She can't get herself pregnant. This is a guy question. We have to answer this. You're gonna answer this first.
Try to include me into this, sir.
So she's not getting no one pregnant. You get someone pregnant.
But girls.
Yeah, but she has the control. She has the control if it's her body. Is what I'm saying. Listen, you know exactly what I'm saying. This is a guy question because we are not holding this. If it's her, she at the end of the day she has the control. Nothing we can do about it.
I know that.
If she dips and leaves the country, there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do about it. So she can't answer this question. We have to answer this question because we're on the outside. It's like if we get someone pregnant, she cuts. There's nothing you can do about this. Absolutely nothing. So what are you doing? I'll answer this question after you. But you're gonna answer this question
first. Why you put it to me first?
Because you tried to deflect it to a girl, which makes no sense.
I tried to deflect it to her. I just asked, like, what would you do?
That's deflecting. What would you do if you got pregnant?
After a one night stand, that's a good question.
If you got pregnant on one, because for women, it's a very different experience.
I understand, but the question is not that. The question is, if you get someone pregnant, what is your first move? Not if she gets pregnant.
What's your question first? Because you have an answer already. I don't have an answer.
Doesn't matter. So think. Well, let's go.
You're actually gonna say who with that?
100%. Wow. They're all gonna feel this. Dude. We're all gonna feel this.
If I gotta...
Z's scratching his head right now for you guys that can't see him. Remember this head. Stress. The nose bridge. When the man squeezes the nose bridge, it's over.
You're full of it.
If I got a one night stand pregnant and she's keeping it, what's my first move?
And she's hit.
Oh, that you're adding stuff. Sir.
Now you're adding.
Sir, you didn't have to do that.
Okay, so fine, she's not hit. Because she's decent. She's decent.
What I do? Well, we already spoke about this. If I'm really trying not to have sex with a girl that I personally do not.
Yeah.
Right.
So for someone,
remember what you said?
Remember
what you said in the second episode?
Right.
If the thought of having sex with someone makes you want to kill yourself,
don't do it.
Them, right? Like,
don't do it.
Girl or guy. Like if you look at a guy and you're like, should I have sex with him? But you're like super unsure.
Yeah.
Don't do
it.
Don't do it. Right.
Okay.
Because for us, it's like guys will have sex with anything, right? If they're horny, they'll have sex with
anything. A lot of guys out there do that.
A lot of guys will do that, right?
Why are you deflecting? You said a lot of guys out there. Like, you're not a part of the equation?
With anything?
You're not a part of that equation?
Ryan, you've never had sex with a girl that, like, you looked at.
It wasn't nothing. Like, it wasn't like... It wasn't like grotesque. Was like if I said no.
I don't believe that.
There's no girl on my list.
I never said.
There's no girl on my list that I look at. I'm like, oh my god.
You've been rubbing skin for how long? You mean to tell me you haven't hit one girl where you're just like repulsed by like
repulsed?
Repulsed.
So I have no sense. You know what repulsed is? Like
that's why I said it.
No. There's 100%. There's a girl on my list. Multiple girls on my list that I'm like. I didn't have to do that. Like, I didn't have to do that.
That's what I'm
saying. It's not gross. It's just like you really didn't have to do that. You didn't.
Is it because of their looks or what? Just because of who
looks,
they are?
Maybe just I wasn't
the way the sex was.
The way the sex, like just it wasn't. I'm like you really didn't need that. Like you didn't need that. like you didn't like. But if I see them on the street, I'm not like oh my god, why did I do? No, there's no girl that I'm like oh my god, I should never have done that. But there are girls just like. Anyways, back to the question.
Okay, so that's the question.
So
I get a one night stand.
She's decent.
She's decent. And she says she's keeping it, right? Honestly.
And you don't like her though. You have to understand you don't like her.
Honestly, I would be sick, right? Like I'd be.
Mm-hmm.
You know that?
It's
You know
that
that
one
feeling?
week of sickness, then what?
What would you say?
Yeah.
And I'd have to suck it up. Like that's
That's,
all.
what are you gonna
What
do?
am I gonna do?
Yeah.
I have too much shame to walk around like a deadbeat dad. Like, I can't.
Okay.
I can't do that. So I'd have to suck it up.
Just allow it.
I'd hate like
Just allow it.
I feel no ways in saying I'd hate my life like the immediate 2 weeks after, and then you know
You just allow it.
I feel like shit. Hopefully the baby comes out cute.
You're gonna be at the baby shower posting pictures with her. You know how like women like to do those couple pics at the baby shower. If it's a one night stand and you're not crazy about it, but you're still the baby's father, are you still gonna participate in things that involve the
But I
child?
have to. But I have to.
You're gonna be standing from behind her, holding her belly, and a Burberry button down,
It's always Burberry.
and a Burberry button
Why
down.
are you
Just
wearing Burberry when that baby is cheeses me
Those
so
white
much?
Air Force Ones.
all white Air Forces.
So you're allowing it? You're allowing it? Just
I'm not allowed, but here's
Yeah.
the thing, right?
What are you gonna do?
Would there? I'm gonna catch heat for this, but like, would there be anything wrong with me being like, all right, I'm going to be there for the kid, but I know you and I are gonna work,
No,
if that's how you feel.
it's not a big deal.
right? Can I do that?
People, yeah, I can be there for. That's like 90% relationships
So
right
then
now.
why do I?
That's
So then why do I? Okay, no, I do have to go to the baby shower. Like,
you have
Yeah.
to be there.
I don't have to go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would because
It's yours.
I'm doing it for it's
Yeah.
my baby, and I'm gonna be there for the girl. Like I put her in that position, right? Like she didn't get pregnant herself. Right? Now, twist. Like, what if you find out that you got trapped? What do you do?
None of you are getting trapped. You guys don't have enough money for that. Cut it out.
Hey,
Cut it out.
I got a
Yeah,
future.
I said it. No one's
You
trapping
want a story?
you.
Oh, you want a story?
Someone tried to trap you?
Oh, you want a story?
Are you guys that good looking and wealthy? Am I
you-
missing out?
Do you
I
want?
never said I'm that good looking.
Do you want a story?
Tell us a story.
Actually, should I answer this question first?
Answer the question.
Okay. Because this happened before, so that's why there's a question. That's something you can answer it.
There's more. I'm pulling a Kadeem.
Yeah, this has happened before. This is the exact question. That's why I was like, you answer first, because here's the hypothetical. I was like,
Oh my!
Damn.
Yours is real.
that's why I was like, I'm gonna let you answer first, because this is a very hypothetical for you. So yeah, there was one time, I did have sex with a girl, one night stand. I went to MR.KOA. If you guys know MR.KOA.
Wow, this guy's dating the sea.
I don't give a fuck. It's real. It's real life.
Taking out his dirty work.
Dog, if I could put her name on blast, I would, but I'm not gonna do that. But I went to MR.KOA, chilling, whatever, my own business. Girl came up to me, oh hey, you're Ryan, aren't you? I was like, yeah, cool. Like, all right. She's like, oh, like, you know, just talking. She's like, oh, I've seen you on Instagram, blah blah blah. Little small talk, great. She wasn't the best. Like I said, one of the ones where I'm like, didn't have to do this one. Like, really didn't have to, you know. Like,
Okay.
but she'd buy me drinks. Like, she kept buying me drinks. She had some money on there. So I was like, all right.
Man got liquored
I took
up.
some drinks. So I'm like, take them. She got some more. Want some more?
You describe and getting trapped.
I'm
right
being
now.
honest with you guys. Like, this is real life. It happens. Give me some drinks. I'm like, okay, cool. Took more drinks. I'm like, all right. She's going another one. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I was starting to get buzz. Nights, you know, that night ends like 2 a.m., 2:30. Everyone's trying to get the stragglers for the night. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. When man's just trying to rope girls at the end of the night. You know exactly how it goes. Anyways, that night actually, I was actually trying to go home for real. Like, there's some nights I just don't care about talking to girls. So I go home. She pulled my arm before I left. She's like, where you going? I'm like, I'm actually trying to get out of here. I'm trying to go home. And she's like, oh, you should come over. I'm like, sure. Like, sure. Whatever. You buy me drinks all night. I was like, all right, whatever. Anyways, go to her house. We're chilling. I don't even remember talking, really, to be honest. I don't remember talking.
Spicy.
I just remember we ended up having to start fucking. And I remember I always wear a condom. Even when I'm drunk, I'm still conscious enough that I'm like, I go for my bag or whatever. I'm never a man that just raws girls. Even if people are always drunk, I'll never be that drunk that I'm like, oh, let's just put it in. Like, never. I'll never be that drunk. So I remember I was drunk. I remember I was like, hold on, let me get something. I get it. Fuck for a little bit. I don't remember. It wasn't even that long. I was probably so drunk. It was terrible sex too. I remember I took the condom off. Now, anytime I take the condom off, every single time I've ever had sex, I always take my condom.
Yeah.
Always. The one time I did not take my condom, I was sitting on the bed and I took the condom off and she's like, oh, I'll throw it in the garbage for you. Okay? I've never, ever given my condom to girls ever in my life. Yeah. The one day I'm like, and I was drunk. I remember being drunk, so I'm just like, I took it off. I'm like, yeah, sure. She's like, I'll throw it out. I'll throw it out. I was like, all right, cool. Gave it to her. Cool. She did whatever she did with it.
Yeah.
All right? Now, I go home next morning. Don't talk to her at all for like 2 months. I'm at work one day. Chilling at work, mind my own business. 2 months later, I haven't talked to this chick since. I get a text. Oh, we need to talk about something. We need to talk. On God. Great show, right? You guys love the show? We need to talk. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, about what? Like, I haven't talked to her in like months.
Yeah.
Instantly, my heart's like, what? I started thinking, I'm like, I remember I was drunk that night, but I'm like, I know I used the condom. So I'm like, it can't be about this. Like, nah. She goes, can I call you tonight? I'm like, yeah, sure. She calls me. She's like, hey, I went to the doctor today. I'm pregnant. And I'm like, okay. It's not mine. Like, straight, I was like, not mine. It's not mine. She's like, no, it is yours. I'm like, no, it's not mine because I used the condom that night. She's like, well, maybe you're drunk that night, so maybe you didn't use it. I'm like, listen, no. Like, she tried to convince me that. And so I started to actually think, I'm like, I did use it, but did it might slip off? Like, what? And then the one thing I thought about, I'm like, I gave her my condom. But does that work? That you can use cum after? It's like, doesn't it die? Like, that's what I heard. I've heard that once it's exposed to oxygen, like it dies. Like, but I was questioning all.
If that's true or not.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know if it is or not.
But that's all
Sounds
these.
like a myth, but go on.
These are all thoughts that I was going through my mind. So I was like, I'm like, did she take the condom and use it?
Yeah.
Like, I was just tripping. Like, now I'm starting sweating at work, feeling sick. Like, I said, like, I'm like, what if it is mine? What if it is? And she's like, Ryan, it is yours. Blah blah blah. So I call my cousins. I'm just tripping. I'm like, this girl, she's pregnant. Going off. I can't sleep. Sick. Can't do shit for the whole week. Sick. Month goes by. I'm like, I haven't talked to her for 2 weeks. Month goes by. She goes, she sends me a picture on WhatsApp of an ultrasound.
I'd be sick, bro.
I literally looked at the ultrasound. I had my phone and I looked at the ultrasound. I was like,
Were you so mad that you started laughing?
yo, it's making me just like,
Triggering.
yo, I remember I was at work. I was like this. There was no comma before this. It was just a picture, right? So I open it. I'm like, what? Like, I'm like, what? I look at the date. It said current, like today's date. Yeah. It said her name on the ultrasound, like the bottom of the ultrasound, and there's a baby. And I'm looking at this. And I'm like, I literally started like hyperventilating almost. Like I've never felt like pure panic, right? And I'm like, this is real. I'm like, but how? Like I'm losing my mind because I'm like, this makes no sense. I'm like, how? And I'm like, then maybe I did get her. Like, did I get her pregnant for real? Like, because now I'm like,
yeah.
Did I really remember if I'm drunk that night, right? So I'm tripping. I was being the nicest person to her I have ever been. I'm like, how you been? Blah blah. Because I'm trying to get rid of it, right? On God, I was. Oh, I'll be honest. What the fuck? Like, I'm like, she's like, oh, like, she's like, everything's good. I'm just going to the test. Blah blah. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, so do you actually want to keep this? Like, and she's like, well, if you don't want to be a part of the baby's life, I'm like, whoa, yeah. Easy with that talk. Like, easy with that if you don't. She's like, I don't need you if you want to be a part of his life. Blah blah. I'm like, listen, hey, we're not gonna be doing this deadbeat talk about something that we're not sure about, right? Like, stop this. Yeah. So this world is way too small. So it turns out I sent a picture of the girl and the conversation to a friend of mine because I was tripping out. And she's like, isn't that blank name? And I was like, yeah, you know her? And she's like, oh yeah, she's actually talking to a guy I know. I was like, oh shit. So then I was like, what's his name? And she told me the guy's name or whatever, right? So I'm like, hey, let me play his card. Let me see what's going on. So I messaged the girl back. I was like, hey, how you been? She's like, oh, I'm good. Just feeling sick, blah, blah, playing the whole like pregnancy role. Like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So let's call him Jimmy, right? Let's call him Jimmy. So I was like, yeah, so how's Jimmy? She's like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, how's Jimmy doing? And she's like, how the fuck do you know who Jimmy is? I'm like, no, so like, no, how's Jimmy doing? And she's like, Ryan, what the fuck? How you know who Jimmy is? Tell me. I'm like, no. So you're gonna tell me. You're gonna tell me who Jimmy is right now. This is what we're about to do. She's like, She's like, oh no, like it's just a guy you should talk to, blah blah. I'm like, so this is Jimmy's baby, and she's like, no, it's yours. Oh, so it's mine. So I'm just gonna message Jimmy and just be like, yo, so
I would just
I'm.
message Jimmy.
So I told him, I'm like, I'm just gonna message Jimmy and be like, yo, so I got this girl you're talking to pregnant, so you know, no, don't tell him that, don't tell him. I'm like, oh, why? She said, cause he'll never talk to me again. Oh really? Oh, so are you dating Jimmy? She's like, well, I want to start talking to him, but like he would never talk to me if he found out I was pregnant. I was like, but you're pregnant now, so aren't you gonna have to tell him eventually? Like, if you're keeping it, right? Because that's what you're about to do. You're about to keep this baby, so eventually you have to find out that you can see your belly eventually, right? And she's like, no, just don't tell. I'll tell him. I was like, no, I'm gonna text Jimmy. Please don't. Like, she's going off, like panicking, right? So I'm like, interesting. Why is it 3 days later? She's like, tell me who this. Still, I just started ignoring her for that next couple of days. So I'm like, now I'm de-stressing because I'm like, something's going on. This is not mine for sure, right? So I just ignored her for like 3 days. 3 days later, she messaged me. She's like, I'm at the doctor's. I was like, okay, cool. She's like, I'm getting rid of it. I was like, that's fine. It's not mine. So don't care what you're doing. I really don't care. And she's like, you're such an asshole, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, me? Oh, me. Anyway, long story short, cut her off. Wasn't mine. Relaxed. But that short period of time, it was...
But how do you know that she tried to trap you? Or if she just wasn't being like...
She was telling me it was mine until I found out. If I didn't find that out...
She would have...
I would have...
I would have had a little kid running around right now with it.
If I didn't find out who this Jimmy guy was on my own, just from talking to other people, she would have kept this charade going. That's insane.
But maybe there's something wrong with her, because I don't get it. Why would you want to... And when I see people trapping someone, I think of like an NBA player. Like,
it's because Ryan is probably better than the dude that she just...
She probably was. Yeah, she might have got him. She might have got pregnant from that guy, and I was a better catch than him. So she made me look like I was the scapegoat. I don't know. I can't speak for her. All I know is this Jimmy guy need to find out what was going on. And once I brought Jimmy up, the whole story flipped. So I was like, okay. But if I never found out about Jimmy, I would have gone down a very slippery slope. Man, it's actually fucked now I think about it sometimes. She doesn't even know last week's story. Like, if I told her last week's story, she's losing.
No, she knows about it.
I know.
Oh, you?
Oh, I know.
Oh, you listen?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, you listen? Yeah, that's fucked.
Okay.
Isn't that fucked?
You're like...
Random black girl.
That's messed.
She says, hold on.
Yeah.
Random black girl, she says...
Start over, because I was talking.
Random black girl says, is there ever such a thing as too busy? Like, too busy.
Oh, that's her name, Random Black Girl?
Yeah, sir.
I was gonna be like, you're rude.
I thought you just like
Random Black Girl.
No, her Insta name is Random Black Girl.
Okay.
Says, is there ever such a thing as too busy to call, text, see your significant other, or somebody you're talking to even? Is there ever...
You can answer that first.
Is there such a thing as too busy?
There's no such thing as too busy.
Explain. Expand.
So in this day and age, like, we all live on our phones. We use everything. You check your banking on your phone. Like, you do everything on your phone. So for the fact that someone can say that they're too busy to, like, communicate with you is just a complete joke. Yeah. That just means they're not interested. The effort that 100%. Someone puts into the person that they're dating is a clear reflection of, like, how they feel about that person. And if you're going to say that you're too busy, then I was complaining about something to Zamora, and this guy was like, I'm sorry, I don't live on my phone like you. And I was like, this guy has 3 fucking phones, bro. Like, just say you don't fuck with me. Like, just say that.
Don't bullshit me, please.
Don't you have like 3
please,
phones? Don't do that. Like,
just say I don't want to talk at
that's
all.
it. And I'd be like, you know what? I'll respect your space, you know? But yeah, there's no such thing as too busy.
100%. I agree. I'm the same. I have this, like, I have the same tune because I'm very busy. Like, very fucking busy. But if someone messages me, like, I see every message. I don't think there's ever been a day. If any girl out there, I'll tell you right now, hey, if I told you I didn't see your message, it's a lie. It's a lie. I have a question. It's a lie. It is a lie. There's no way. There's no message I've never seen. Right, I have a question. There's no message. What?
Have you, like, I was about to, you already answered it.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever said, oh, I'm sorry, like, I didn't see your message?
Bullshit.
Or
I didn't get your message. Who got it then? Let's talk about it. Who got that message?
Didn't come through.
Sorry, I missed it.
Oh, I fell asleep.
Oh, don't do that.
The fell asleep actually is
I have fallen asleep.
I fall asleep sometimes when I...
For 2 days? Like,
no, for the next day. As for the next day. Like, the conversation is like... percolating and I fall asleep, I fall asleep.
Yeah, no,
I'm an old man. Like I will pass out.
That's different. Listen, that's very different. Because and even the fall asleep excuse is bullshit.
Girls still get mad at you.
No, that is bullshit. Because I'll tell you, I'll admit it's bullshit coming from myself. Listen, I'll tell you exactly why it's bullshit. Because if you're in a conversation, and you're going back and forth, and then it just stops, that is not the same thing.
Yeah,
because that is actually falling asleep.
I'll tell you for me.
No, I'm saying that's fine.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm saying that's fine. If we're in a conversation back and forth, and it just stops, and I fall asleep, that is fine. No woman gets mad at you for that because we've been talking. It's the I fall asleep when they just send a message and you don't respond to it. That's the thing. If you're just talking and you stop, the conversation ends. You
it's clear something came up.
It's not like if I send a message at 9, you didn't like, and then next morning I fell asleep. You weren't sleeping at 9.
Let's talk about it. You're not.
Listen,
we weren't. We've never been sleeping at 9.
Don't say we because people people that know me know that like I literally pass like.
Well, that's when we went to bed at 9.
At probably Friday.
You went to bed at 9 p.m.
I passed out.
S'more, how many times I've been to your house and you got work in the morning and we're watching Curb Your Enthusiasm?
That's because all you guys are over. But how many times do I just leave and get up and go to bed before?
That's at 11:30, close to 12.
But I go to bed usually at like 2.
This guy's really trying to hold his
usually go to bed at 2, right? So you don't fall asleep at 9.
Okay, do you want me to? I will call.
These are outliers. Outliers.
I will call Alex right now and get her to confirm that. Literally, I pass out. Like I literally will just.
I believe you.
If I'm lying down, like I will pass out.
I know you're trying to hold on to the story. I get it.
Shut up about trying to hold on to the story.
I get it. You need to build your case. You need to build your case. I believe you. I get it.
I'm so
okay. When was the last time you fell asleep at 9 before Friday?
No, like purposely. Like I said, I'm gonna go to bed before 9. Like that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, there have been plenty of times where like. I will literally come home and I'll pass out from being
you take
tired.
naps? Yeah, I've done that too.
No, not taking naps. Like I will.
You're gone for the night.
I am
from 7 o'clock.
Why are you pushing back the time now?
When you come home, you're not coming home at 9. Straight from work.
Okay, so you're acting like I don't do extracurricular activities after work. I am out shooting.
So you could
after working for a long day.
Bottom line of this question is, no matter how busy you are, if a buzz,
this guy's putting me in a box now.
Because no matter how
some dirt beat,
dirt beat, a dead beat and a dirt
bag combo. No,
if
you're busy as fuck, we're all busy. But if someone and the solution to this situation that everyone needs to understand is that no matter how busy you are, people understand that you're busy. If you tell them you are busy, not ignore to use busy as an excuse after. If you hit me up and people hit me up and try to talk, we're talking in conversation, and I'm like, listen, I can't talk right now because I'm busy. Then you're not going to be expecting me to keep texting. It's one thing to say, I've acknowledged your message. I can't talk right now. I'm busy. Boom. Send that message. It takes literally 1 second to say.
I just say it. Yeah, I just do.
Yeah,
that.
It takes one.
I literally just say like, people know very quickly. Like when they get to know me that I am very busy.
Yeah.
Right. So there've been plenty of times. Sometimes where I'll go like days or like I won't respond to you for hours. But what I will usually do, like I always make it a habit to at least let you know, like this is what I was doing. Right. What I think is even more disrespectful is when, you revisit that conversation as if you were like it never.
I love doing that.
Time, right.
I love doing that. Because sometimes I feel like my excuse isn't good enough. So if I'm just like, oh, I fell asleep and then like I took a shower, then I ate, then I fell asleep again. Like that's a really bad excuse. So I'm just like, I just keep it going sometimes. Like I'm not about to embarrass myself right now.
I hear you. I think it's only disrespectful when, you're into someone.
Yeah.
Like if I'm
oh yeah.
But you wouldn't do that.
I know how it is.
What she's saying exactly is neither of us would do this if you're actually into the person.
Right.
No.
Like I find ways.
Have you been on the other end of it though?
Where they're not responding to me?
Where you start talking to someone and then you realize that like the responses are getting kind of like distant.
Yeah.
Time, right?
Well.
So then when they revisit that conversation with you, they don't address
what took them so long.
Yeah, they don't address the fact that like, we were talking earlier and I just like did not respond to you for hours.
They just continue.
They just continue.
And you're like,
that kind of irks
you're like,
me.
what was that though?
Like that kind of that irks me because I received that. Right? What if it's a girl that I'm into? I don't do that because I know that.
Yeah, of course.
If I want that to continue happening, I can't do that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Is it the same as someone saying that they're a bad texter?
That's bullshit. What is that?
Being bad at texting.
Someone's like, just a warning, just a heads up, I'm a bad
Just
texter.
a heads up. Just a heads up. I
You know
don't
how
respond.
many times
Girls say that a lot.
Just a
lot.
heads up. I don't respond to people. What? Like,
I know, like, you're probably not like this, but I've seen plenty of, like, some of, like, my homegirls, they'll just have, like, bare messages, like, in
Unread,
their phone,
yeah.
unread in their phone.
I think
And that irks
it's
me.
a sickness though, eh? I think it's like not just girls, guys and girls. Like I think guys,
Okay.
some people just like contact, but don't actually want to engage.
Yeah.
Like some people just enjoy like knowing that their inbox is full or knowing that.
That's weird,
No,
man.
there are people, but there are people that just like being sought after, but don't necessarily
Don't.
want the engagement.
That's
if that makes
weird.
sense, it doesn't make if that makes what I'm saying. It doesn't make
Yeah.
sense that they're doing it, but there's people that you know what pisses me off the most? People that have emails and don't check their emails, and they have like thousands of emails.
That's because we work in an office, too. Like, you know, when you work in an office environment, you gotta check it.
But how even? Oh, I
You
guess
know,
that makes
so-
why
so-
we don't like.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes us want to
You
just
like,
take
yo,
care of
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Because the worst is when you see an inbox.
Yeah, I see
shit.
people's phones like 400 emails. I'm like, what? What? Like, do you not care about anything? Like, I don't get it. Like, 400 unread emails. It's like, oh, this is It's
I
like,
get that.
Wild. Anyway,
yeah.
do you have any questions for us? Because we're getting to the point where
Questions.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anything?
Then at the end of the show, we have,
Yeah, at the end of every show, the guests always ask us. It could be questions for the both of us. You could ask us questions individually.
or you can just vent about some shit you're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Okay, I do a little bit of both.
Sure.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Some more. Why do you enjoy mess?
Mess.
Mess.
Why do I?
I
enjoy
find
this?
that
You mean-
after
certain,
you just after
You mean
you just heard
Is
his
this,
No.
is this like social mess or mess?
like there's certain situations
Or
like
actual
I've,
messages?
yeah, I've known this guy since
Okay.
2013.
Okay.
And there's certain situations that he's in that like he plays in a certain like character that other people that I know that always find themselves in the same situations. So I know for certain women, I'll just say for women, certain women enjoy being in drama because it makes them feel important.
Yeah.
So they can be walking around the phone loud as hell. No one cares about their conversation, but like just to be like I'm in conflict. Like,
Observe,
it kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
it kind of does something to them. There's certain situations where I've like seen more engaged in, and I'm just like, there are so many ways that you can go about this. Yet you're literally dousing yourself in gasoline and lighting a match and just like waiting for your skin to peel off and crisp off of your body.
Crisp
So
off.
you said so many situations. The only real situation that I should not have entertained for as long as I did was when I got cheated on, right? Which I complained to you about.
That's not. I don't. That's not the.
So you're talking about
That's
the
not your
first
mess.
girl?
That's not your mess.
That's not.
though.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong for forgiving someone. I'm saying even like smaller situations where you've
Like
been
what? So give examples here. I don't care if you put me on blast or anyone.
just like.
You're gonna bring my mess in the podcast.
No, okay. Do you remember we went to the Life of Pablo concert
Yeah.
and your brother wanted to kill you, and you guys had this dramatic scene in the middle of the street, like
That had
crying.
to do with how I got
Being-
cheated on. So, do you want to hear the story?
Does the podcast want to
Okay.
hear a story? Go
Okay,
ahead.
so
Yeah.
fam, I went to the Life of Pablo concert,
Okay.
right? And all my boys were there,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much a girl that my ex hated
Yes.
was also there too.
Was that the girl from our college?
Yeah,
That was her?
the light skinned girl.
No, okay. I thought you were talking about the girl in our program
No,
that was there that you saw. Kelly, I thought she was mad that she saw Kelly.
no.
Okay.
Say word, man. Have enough girls like this.
Sorry. Okay, carry on. Sorry.
So
Say word.
Anyway, listen. The girl that she hated,
Not that one. The
I've
one. The
never
other one.
been the girl that she hated. I've never been like there's never been like a relationship between us. You know. what
Yeah,
I'm
she
talking
just
about,
didn't
right?
like her. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, at the concert, we're leaving, talking about how small the world is.
Yeah.
We're both like I'm walking down like some gate at the ACC.
And you're there with your girl, and that
No,
other girl was
I'm not there with my girl.
Was it a
at
group of
all.
our friends?
Her and I
Others?
were,
Oh, okay.
My ex and I were not dating at this time. The
Okay.
reason why her and I were not dating was because that whole cheating
Okay.
situation
Okay. So yours are your
happened.
boys, and the chick that she doesn't like is there.
Is there too.
Cool,
right?
okay.
I am leaving ACC.
Yeah.
Right? And as I'm walking, basically my brother and Chris are like in front of me. I'm by myself. No, it's me and one of my other boys.
Yeah.
And then the girl that she didn't like, my ex didn't like, was behind me with one of her friends, right?
Just by chance behind you.
No, I saw her during
Okay,
the
okay.
concert. So
Okay,
like,
okay.
we were all leaving and then we
Alright.
were going to go our separate ways. But she was behind me. My ex is walking to like, I looked up from my phone and I see her say, "Hey, what's up?" to Kadeem and Chris, right? And then she sees me, and everything was fine until she looked
past you,
right past me,
yeah.
and she sees a girl behind me, and of course he's now gonna assume that
you were all together.
I brought the girl to the concert with me. So then she gets all pissy, like she gets mad. Like as she walks by me, she's like, "Fuck you!" She like puts it in my face, and of course, like I'm like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything wrong."
Yeah.
So I go out.
You go outside to chase after her.
I go out to talk
What?
to her.
Okay.
Because she just pushed me in my face.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, what did I do wrong?
What is there to talk about if someone pushes you in your? This is what I'm saying. Okay, an example. Let's do a
just
time
diffuse the situation.
time out. Okay,
Why-
we're waiting for a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Me, Chris, and Kadeem. Kadeem is mad. Kadeem sees Alex and he's like, I know this nigga isn't about to ruin my fucking night. Like I just see this like
It's gonna cause a problem.
he just
right here.
sees it,
Yeah.
and Kadeem's just like, so help
Yeah,
me
but see,
God. Like this
is the
isn't.
reason why, like for the longest time, and I've told you this, why I did not speak to my brother about a lot of the issues that I was going through. And I didn't even bring it up to you because you guys didn't understand the situation. The whole reason that situation got worse, I didn't care that this girl like put my hand in my face. I was there.
How do you not care about that part?
The only reason, because I'll tell you what, the only reason I
Wait,
said,
what?
Yeah, why not?
How you
Finish
not-
what you're saying.
Wait, why don't you care about that part? We're not gonna skip over that.
I didn't
Why
care
do you not
because
care that she-
one, it didn't like it literally didn't hurt me whatsoever, and it didn't like the reason I knew she was pissed is because she thought I was there with another woman.
So
right?
girls can just put their hand in their face now? Is that...
No, they can't, Ryan. But we're not gonna get into this because you know me already, right? So she pushed me in my face, and then she runs outside. Right? She doesn't run; she just goes through the door because we were right next to the door.
Yeah.
I stepped out the door. This girl's making it seem like I ran like as fast as I can after
Okay.
her. Did you see that happen? Did you see me run? Did you see me go after
When
her?
you say
Did
stepped out the door, you make it seem just a casual
did you
stroll.
see me, Amanda? Answer the question. Did you?
You didn't
were
bolt
you
out
there?
the
Were you
door.
there when
I did not see you bolt out
So,
the door.
See how
You're chasing after someone doesn't literally have to mean that you're
Chasing.
running after
Just means
someone.
you went after
Chasing,
her.
you went
Right.
after her. Why are you even following
She
her?
wasn't there. So anyway,
But
this
why
is-
are you even
this is
following
what-
her?
This is, what do you mean? Why am I?
Why are you following her? It's the night. It's a concert night. This is a big deal for you and your friends. You guys spent how much money on these floor seats? Had a great time. This thing that cheated on you pushes you in your face. Okay, flips your hat off of you. It's like some scene out of a
flip
movie.
my hat off.
Yeah, I was
Wearing a
right.
hat.
I was whatever. She flipped something. I
Okay,
forgot. You were wearing a hat. I'm
specifics don't
telling
matter.
you. I
Specifics
was
don't
sitting
matter.
right. I was standing right there, and she did whatever. She's like being all
Yeah.
dramatic, and our friends were all behind her, and they were like, "Oh my god, what's
When
happening?"
we were already outside.
Outside when we were
Yeah,
outside.
The reason why I did it, and because you're so thick that you don't understand, is because I still liked the girl. So like, for you to say to me like, why do you like people will only entertain mess if they're invested somehow in some person. Like you can't say I'm like the girl that walks around on her phone talking, because you know me. There's the only other time I've been involved with a mess with a girl, I was also actually in love with that
Right.
girl, which I was still. The whole reason I ended up not dating said girl is not just because she cheated on me, because I was conflicted the entire time.
But wouldn't you weigh? Okay, so you're saying that
I still like the girl. If she pushed me in the face and then walked off, I know that because I still wanted to be with her, if I didn't try and diffuse that situation, it would be the end of it.
that wasn't what you were saying at the time of that.
The reason I wasn't saying at the time is because when I stepped outside and I started having a conversation with her, I looked inside and who did I see walk by? Are you magically forgetting all this? Who did I see walk by?
The guy that he cheated on her with.
What type of
Was
messy
there.
situation is this whole
In the
night?
back. So he was standing behind.
So he was there too?
Yeah.
And he wasn't
What?
with. So this is what happened. So this is why, like,
That's a fucking-
people make it seem like I just.
So you also saw that guy the same night? That's
Yeah.
fucked.
So-
No, that's fucked. What
So
do you
then,
say?
so of course, right?
Yeah, of
as I
course.
say this,
Yeah.
as I'm talking to her,
I'd be
I
dead.
see this dude, right? I
Yeah.
see this dude walk by, and then he decides to come over, and he comes to my
To her. Oh, to you.
He comes to me and he's like, "What's going on?" Right? And that's when I got pissed.
Like on some chill shit?
Then Kadeem was pushing you away.
and Kadeem kept pushing.
Like what's going on? Like chill or you
And by
trying
this
to
point,
cause problems?
and he wasn't on some chill shit, right? But I didn't want to.
Like I'm not hailing you like that.
So,
Like,
so Ryan, this is the
what?
This is why I got so pissed,
Yeah.
right? Because even when the dude was there, I wasn't yelling in his face. I wasn't going off. But I said to Alex, I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? Like, why is this dude just walking up on me? The reason I got pissed is because Kadeem rolled up on me and pushed me away. He started putting his hands on me, right? When I was calm.
to try and stop you?
He was the one that made me mad. Like, if someone's already upset, you don't put your hands on them. Like, I said this for ages. And because I've been doing, like, I did security and all this type of shit for years. You don't put your hands on someone for no reason. Kadeem was also drunk. So when he was pushing me against the wall, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get off of me. I'm like, don't touch me. And then Chris got involved. Chris got in between Alex and I.
This is Jerry Springer. What the fuck is this?
So this is okay. So this is my thing. This is my
Yeah.
thing. At the time of this all happening,
Yeah.
Zamora is saying, "I do not care. I don't care about her. I don't care about her."
That's a guy's deflect.
That's
Guy's
a guy's
deflect.
That's your problem.
You know
Then
he's
keep it a buck. If you want to
Mm.
be if you're gonna entertain this, then keep it a buck. From my perspective, I'm saying, so if you don't care about her,
Yeah.
you just had a great time, you enjoyed the concert. Why are we
What are
why
you
are we
doing?
outside of ACC arguing? It's like some corny shit.
All
Like
this
you
story
could have really avoided everything, but instead of
I could have avoided everything by not going out there to talk to her, even though I still liked her. Correct?
you could have talked to her afterwards. I would have talked to her
because
afterwards.
you're dumb. Because
What do you mean?
if I chose not to talk to her, there would be no conversation afterwards. Because I know
She was
like
gonna
most
cut you off for the
women,
rest of your life. And then I DM'd her because I think you told me that she hit you.
did you not just say
I don't
you were
remember.
there?
I don't remember seeing that. I
Okay,
don't remember
so,
seeing.
Ryan,
He told me she
my
had
point-
like
You said you flipped off the head.
something
Ryan.
like that, like flipped
Ryan,
off the hat,
my
or like
point
got
is
mad at
this.
something.
My one
Let me
question-
finish. Let me
Yeah,
finish.
go
Let me
ahead, go
finish. So whatever. So I'm like, she hit you, and he's like, yeah, you didn't. Yeah, we weren't even inside at the time. We were outside coming out. So all I see is them face to face, and Zamora being like, what's going on or whatever, and then something like she's like pushing like in his face or something like that. So then I'm like, she hit you, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, do I hit her? Like, he can't hit her.
Yeah.
So should I hit her?
Yeah.
And I even said the other day, I'm like, I'm so grateful I didn't hit this girl, because how messy would that have been for you now? So anyways, we're walking.
Because he might have deserved it.
We're walking down Queens Quay. They're walking me to my workplace so that I can pick up my car. And I'm DMing her because we used to follow each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're just a whack. Like, you're corny, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, should I DM her? And he's like, go for it.
So you wanted more mess.
Go for it. And then you're like, wait, tell me what she says.
But that's mess.
Wait, tell me what she says.
That's mess, though.
So I'm going in on her.
Is she not enticing it then too?
How am I? I'm
asked-
thinking you're cutting
she
the girl
asked-
off. It's done.
I didn't ask
It's
you to
done.
DM her though.
I asked you
She
if I
ran it
should
by
have
you. You
just
should say no.
And
You
I
should
said
say no.
whatever. I said
No,
whatever.
you should
You
say.
could have been like, that's
You
none
should
of
say
your
nah.
business.
You should
Stay
say.
out of it.
You should have been like nah. Don't
You
do that.
didn't.
Yeah. No, I get.
didn't.
You wanted to see what happened.
Okay, so
you wanted to see what happened.
So we're gonna act like no one's emotions in that moment. My emotions weren't too high.
No, of course.
So then for me to say something like "do it," I don't care. That's not outrageous. If I'm already pissed off, like why are people acting like when you're in the heat of a moment, you can't be like people think the straightest.
I'm not trying to vilify you for
Yes,
having emotions. My
that's
point
what you're
is,
doing.
my point is that
You started this
everyone
whole.
can
You started this whole thing
by
saying the
saying
more
he's
enjoy
messy.
messes.
You
That's what
enjoy
she said.
mess,
He-
but
but he
there's
did-
other ways that you can.
It's not that he enjoys
Oh
mess.
my god, Amanda,
There's like-
you were sick.
He's
Like,
a-
you were
I'm sick?
You were sick.
No
I'm
name calling.
sick.
We're not name calling nobody.
She is sick.
She's not
How
sick.
am I sick?
And I'm
No.
gonna tell you why.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because
Why?
you were making it seem like I actively and enjoy these situations that I'm in. Because you said I enjoy mess.
Sorry.
You said I enjoy mess. Did you not say
You
that from the
enjoy
get-go?
mess.
At what point have I found any of this enjoyable? Like, at what point have I...
So if it's not enjoyable, then why are you entertaining this? Clearly, you get something out of it.
For the same reason that people who like someone entertain...
Okay, I'll clear this up
shit.
right now. I'll clear this
No,
up
no,
right now.
no.
That's
He's-
dumb.
He's-
What I'm
how-
saying to you is dumb.
He's a mo-
How
he-
many, how
if
many
I
people
came
do
to
this?
you, if
He's-
I
How
Go
many
ahead.
people do this, though?
I'll clear this up right now.
What?
Zamora does not enjoy mess, but Zamora is emotionally impulsive. That's all.
Okay.
But that's
messy.
It
That's
is.
messy.
No, listen. It is messy, but this doesn't mean the person enjoys the mess. He is a product of mess, but doesn't enjoy doing it.
He's an
That's
adult that should be held accountable.
Yeah, but
for his
everyone's adults. Like,
How are you talking- How-
hey, we're gonna kill this.
No, we're not killing this. Because, no, she brought my mess up. And
Okay.
I need to ask you something.
Do you want to bring up my mess?
I'm not gonna
We're
bring
not
up
doing
your
this.
mess.
Okay, let's do
I'm
that.
not gonna bring up your mess, but the fact that you can actually sit here and say to me, "Oh, Zamora is an adult. He needs to be held," like, and then to say I enjoy mess.
But we've
is-
talked about this before, where you're like, I think I always attract crazy girls.
because every girl that I've dated just so happens to press me about things that no other girl presses their guy about.
Why don't you just not entertain them? You could just ignore them.
You have any other questions?
No, I'm not done with this.
We'll do this off camera. This
No,
is too
I'm
much
not
argument.
doing this off camera.
What else do you
Listen,
want?
I'm
She
done.
brought
I
it
What do
said
you want to
what
get
I
at?
said.
Okay,
She
what?
brought it up on camera.
What do you want? Okay, what do you want to get at? What do you want to get? What do you want to get at?
The thing that I'm frustrated
Yes.
about is that, like, you act like when someone is emotionally invested in something or they're upset, they should be totally calm about the situation and not do something different. The only thing I could have done differently in that situation is when Alex pushed me,
Walk away. That's
walk
it.
away.
That's it.
right? But because I liked the girl so much,
Right.
I knew, like most women, if they saw you there with the girl that she hated,
She's gonna misinterpret everything.
you really think I can go back and be like, like that never happened like days later.
You wanted to clarify that at that moment.
Which I don't think is unreasonable. The reason that situation escalated is because
But she's not trying to hear it at that moment either. That's what you have to understand. That's what you have to understand.
understand
Even
that.
though you're trying to
Yes,
clarify, she's
I
not trying to hear it
understand
at this moment.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But most men, and I'm telling you, like, you can't tell me that.
No, I hear you. Most guys would
So
be
it's
like,
not messy.
most guys would go
That
up
is
to him and
not
be like,
messy.
listen,
The whole reason I got upset is because I saw the dude there that was fucking.
That's
her.
wild. That's
So
wild.
I'm sorry, like,
Yeah.
I got pissed.
No,
but then
wild.
I'm also sorry that my younger brother, who literally had no clue what was going on,
Because he hates her, and he was just like, yo, this is my night. Man was bubbling
But
to
how
Pablo,
but-
enjoyed himself, and he comes
But are you
outside, and his
gonna
brother is like...
are you gonna put other
stirring
people
the pot?
accountable too? Are you gonna say that the way Kadeem approached me in that situation was smart? Because he ran up, and what did he do? He didn't speak to Alex. He didn't say Zamora, you need to calm down. What did he do?
He should have walked away.
What did Kadeem do?
He
though?
put his hands, he was pushing you away.
And he ran up in my face and started yelling and making the situation
He's like,
more.
"Okay." He's like, Zamora, let's go. But I would be annoyed too. I'd be annoyed too.
So then you're saying that the way someone acts in that situation is understandable. You're saying the way that Kadeem was acting was.
No, I don't think it's understandable. I
just
Okay,
be
cool.
annoyed too.
I'd
Cool,
be
cool,
annoyed
cool.
too. That doesn't make it right, but I'd be hella annoyed too. Like, what do you mean you're sitting here trying to, like, what is there to talk about? This isn't like this isn't a therapy session. You're not gonna have no clarity. You're not gonna have no understanding.
Yeah, okay. We have to understand that there's so many different dynamics in this story. The fact that one, Kadeem is outside and he's drunk. Kadeem doesn't like
He's
Alex.
not that drunk.
He was
It doesn't matter.
drunk.
He's a little lit.
Kadeem is enjoying himself. Doesn't like the person. He is emotionally invested with this person. There's a fucking
He's lying about it. Let's admit that. He's denying that he's...
girls and guys lie and say, "Oh, I'm over him, over her."
If I say I'm over
Oh
someone...
my
It's a lie.
God.
You
That,
lie.
we'll get on that. I will talk about that after.
That's
'cause
fine.
That's another thing.
Everyone at some
so
point has said, "I'm
false.
over this girl. I'm over this guy." We've all done it. I've done it. We've done it. We've all done it. So just because someone says, "I'm over this person," doesn't mean it's always true. We're human. People do that. All that happens is his perspective of the situation is there's a girl he likes and still loves. Misinterpret the situation based on what she sees. There's nothing you can do about it. So he wants to clarify this, even though he's mad because she pushed him. But he still cares about her and wants to not leave knowing something that didn't happen. Then sees a guy that she also fucked while he's trying to chase the same person that fucked the person that he's trying to chase. He's confused. He's like, I'm trying to get back the girl that I just saw the person who fucked her, but I still want to fix things with her, which is crazy in itself. But he's trying to do that. All in one with you guys, obviously trying to get on top of him to tell him not to do this. When you guys understand his perspective, his mind, what's going on right now. At the end of the day, he doesn't enjoy mess. He's a product of mess. I am a product of mess. I've been in my own messes. I don't enjoy mess. No, I don't think anyone enjoys mess, especially him. But yes, we fall into a lot of messy things based on our decisions and our choices. Next question, because this is taking too long to go through. But do not say he enjoys mess, because that is not the fact. That is not true.
So next question is
Yes.
what we're talking about that like brings me to this point.
Mm-hmm.
If you're acting like your feelings aren't invested in someone, like, okay, a small example is there was this guy that I was really into.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd keep telling my friends that I was over him and I was over him, but I wasn't.
Okay.
So they'd invite me out places and I just didn't want to be around him.
You just did exactly what you just said he did.
No, listen, no, but they didn't invite me, but I wouldn't go.
No, but you just said
I'm agreeing
you just
to it. Yes, I'm agreeing.
no, but you just said
Yeah.
if you were mature, then just say the truth and don't.
And I'm telling you, let me get to that.
No, but I'm
Yeah.
saying what I'm trying
I've
to say
done
is
that,
you.
yes.
Yeah, but
I'm guilty of it
But
as
you,
well.
so you can't use that on him to say he should have done that when you say you also have done that. Whether you don't do it anymore, it's
But
fine.
I'm not acting on these things. He
It
is.
doesn't matter if you act or not. You still lie and say like we all do it. So you can't get at him for saying something he should. Like we've all done it.
But it's that I feel like it's a different situation.
It's not.
He's acting
It's not.
like he put his
It's
friends in
not.
a
It's
sticky
not.
situation because he
It's
lied about
not.
his
No,
feelings.
It's not.
because
It's
if
not.
You
you
put your friends in a sticky situation.
You still
Are we
talking
still
to
talking about
Doesn't matter.
this?
We're done. We're
No,
done.
but
We're done.
No,
We're done.
I'm
Yeah.
on your point.
Yeah.
You're still talking to me though, saying, "All right, yo, Zamora, this dude, like, I'm still into, even though he treats me like shit or whatever."
Right.
That's you still acting upon it, because if you weren't, you wouldn't be talking to me about it. Does
What
that
are
not
you
make
talking
sense?
about?
Okay. You just said that I should have been upfront about what my actual feelings
Right.
were. In this situation, your situation, you just said, all right, like, I was telling everyone I don't like this dude, but low-key, I still did. Right? You were still telling me that you still did. You were never telling me, yo, Zamora, I don't like this dude at all. You
Do
always,
you know which guy I'm talking about?
yes, you always kept it 100 with me and said, I actually still like this dude. He just pisses me the fuck off.
I
'Cause
don't. This is like college, like early
Anyways,
college.
go
Anyways.
ahead.
So
Continue.
anyways, so but I'd put myself in a sticky situation. So, but I realized afterwards, like, pretending that your feelings aren't hurt will get your feelings hurt.
Yes.
Because they would put me in situations that would make me uncomfortable, and I'd have to.
And
I can't explain to them.
You have to act like you're fine.
Right. So
Yes.
instead of acting like I was fine, I just from that point on like decided to keep it a buck. Like this is how I feel and this is how I feel.
Right.
I feel like we should all do that. Like, why shouldn't we, like, have that standard?
Because it's fucking natural. Like, it's
to lie about how you feel.
It's literally.
What's your question? What's your question?
No, it's not a question. It's like a point, like that we can like all agree on. That like if you have feelings for somebody, instead of acting like you don't,
right?
Just
I don't act like I don't like somebody.
That at this current point, like it's the smart thing to do. But you can't fault someone because that's human nature. Like, it's human nature for someone to put up a defense mechanism in those situations. Like, it really, everyone has done
people
it.
People don't want to look stupid at the end of the day. That's the main reason.
Look stupid pretending that you don't care about.
But no one knows. Nobody knows that you. Nobody knows that you don't. And that's the thing. Like, it's not good. But a lot of us act on validity from our friends and people around us. So. No one wants their own friends. I don't care about people and strangers. Nobody wants their own friends to think they're stupid. Okay. That's what it's about. Because I've been there. He's been there. I'm sure you've been there. Right. Where you tell your friends all this shit about the person. Oh, fuck this person. I hate this, blah, blah. And they're like, cool. We're all on your side. Cool. And then on the lows, you're talking to this person here and there. And it feels good between you guys now. Right. So you're like, fuck, I can't go back to my friends and tell them like we're good now because I told them all this shit about them. So you keep it on the low, keep it on the ones. And then, now what? Now you're like, okay, we're good now, but I can't really bring you around my friends yet because what do you mean no? We've done it. Yeah.
But I think in that situation, I was really over that person. Like, I didn't want to have the feelings that I did have.
Sure, okay.
I didn't want to, but you
have to. But I was making the right actions moving forward by avoiding this person and anything related to them.
Yes.
Something that maybe he could have done.
Okay.
That was my point about feelings, because that's one of my things.
So why do you still do it?
I don't still do it.
Yes, you do.
I don't still do that.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Okay, all right.
Do you have any more questions?
No, I don't have any more.
Is there any questions?
I wish I knew more about you so I could like pick your brain, but I don't.
Is there anything you want to know about me? You can ask. That's fine.
Are you traumatized?
Am I traumatized?
Still have a pulse.
Regarding what?
Your last situation. On last episode.
Oh, last episode?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm over that.
You're over?
I'm actually over that.
Seriously.
So
if said person was to message you and to like come clean out everything, you wouldn't entertain
I'm absolutely like.
You wouldn't want to know why she's a sociopath.
That doesn't help me. Like for me to, how does that help me? Like it took me. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like this is nothing. It took me a good couple weeks. It's been like 3 weeks now, maybe or so. It took me a good couple weeks to really like come to terms and be like, this has nothing to do with me. Like the hardest thing for me, I'm like, I started thinking, what could I have? Maybe how did I not know? Like, nothing to do with me. There's nothing I could have done. Absolutely nothing. And once you accept the fact that it's not a personal thing, there's no control I could have had. I was secret about it. No one knew. Like I was very smart and nothing.
Moving forward, are you gonna be like extra like?
Absolutely not.
That's not gonna change how you date in the future.
Because for me, I was like, listen, there's nothing I did wrong. Like I literally did everything because before her, the relationship I was in, that didn't end as well as I wanted to. I lived with a girl too early. Wasn't jumped in a lot of things. Said some things I might have not meant, just kind of circumstance and not bad things. Like said things like just like I want certain things, and I felt that way. But then when it came to terms, it's like I didn't really want what I was saying, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so I ended that. So I told myself the next relationship I get to, or even not relationship, but next person I even talk to on that term, I'm gonna do things a little differently. So this person that happened in the last episode, I did things exactly how I want to do them. I didn't show them to people too quick. I brought them around my family when I wanted to. I vetted them. Like I made sure everything was exactly how I wanted to. Smart, tactical, and asked a lot of questions. So there's no things that could there's nothing, because the worst thing is you talk to someone and then things pop up that you didn't ask, and you already like them at this point. So now it's like fuck. So I made sure I asked, I ripped her, not in a bad way, but I just made sure everything's to the T. We were talking for a good 7 months where I just and my dad literally asked me are you dating this girl? I'm like, nah. He's like, he was like, why? You guys been talking? I'm like, just nah, because I was doing it right. You know what I mean? So when this came out, I was like, fuck, good thing I did it this way, because I could have, if it was earlier me, I probably would have been dating her by now. And then who knows how much feeling, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I did it exactly how I wanted to. So for me to meet someone new right now and do things differently makes no sense because I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. Like, I had no control over this. She's crazy. There's nothing I could do.
That's very mature.
Right? So it sucked, of course. I hate meeting new people. The process of meeting people is so draining.
It's lame.
But I can't fault the next person to be like, I'm not going to give you effort because the last person, like, now I'm just tired to talk to you. Like, if I meet someone that's cool, I have to be the exact same person I was with that girl before because I didn't do anything wrong.
Do you wish her any bad?
I'm sorry?
Do you wish her any bad?
No, I think she's truly sick. No, I'm serious. I wish her well. I hope she gets better. Like, dog, I don't think, I'm joking. I talked to her many times about this. Like,
something is fundamentally wrong. No,
Amanda, something's wrong. Like, I recorded, like, I'll talk about this real quick. I recorded the conversation with that guy.
Yeah.
Recorded it on my phone. He told me the whole thing about the relationship. Recorded that. And I sent that recording to her.
What was her response?
It's all a lie. How? How? Why? Why would he lie about all of that? And why? And how? How are you still lying? Like, just I was truly like, how?
This is exhausting.
To the point that I was like, I'm so over you that I'm like, you just need help. Like, at first I was really trying to get an answer. You know what I mean? Because you want some type of closure. Like, I'm like, just tell me you slept with him. Like, just please, just say yes. Just say yes, so I can be over it. But she really just kept saying no to it. And I'm like, doesn't even matter.
So
like,
you don't have any closure. You're just content knowing that she's
there's no closure because that is the closure. The closure is she really believes she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I could do about that.
If you see her on the road, are you dragging her lace front off?
Am I dragging her lace front? How'd you know she had a lace front?
When we first met her, that's the first thing I noticed. Yup. That lace front was tight. You know you have a do-rag on? You get that little line in your forehead? I was studying that. I had weird vibes from her from the jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was asking you questions.
You know
I wanted to get to know you.
A lot of people, like, post now that I've explained this to some people, a lot of people are like, I had some weird vibes about her.
Yeah.
It's all coming out now. Everyone's talking.
What was your reason?
So, this is my first time I met. The first time I met you was Steve's birthday. He had the barbecue.
Yeah.
So, we're in, like, the dining room eating, and I'm like, wow, I get to meet Ryan. Like, this is Mora's good friend, whatever. So, I'm, like, asking you certain things, and she's, like, answering for you, but also, like, looking at me like it's a three-way conversation, but she didn't introduce herself.
Oh, really?
So she was, like, on your arm. So, I'm just like, so Ryan, like, say I was like, what do you think of The Read? Like, I love The Read podcast. And she was just like, like, and I was just like, damn, dude. Like, I'm not trying to be on him or nothing. Like, this is my friend's friend.
I probably didn't even know this, but obviously you would.
No, but I noticed when women do stuff.
Of course,
like
of course.
Like territorial.
Yeah, of course you can notice
trying
that.
To, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's not even like that. Like,
I've never met this man a day in my life. Like, I'm like a kid compared to
him.
Like, I don't think he's looking at me in this way.
Yeah.
Like
stop.
Tone it down. So, yeah. I was
and the thing is, when I'm in it, I probably didn't even notice when she's doing that.
I was like, that lace front.
Anyway.
But, yeah, so that's all to say, like, people have to realize sometimes there's nothing you could do about certain things. Not even sometimes, majority of times, there's nothing you could do differently. Yeah. If somebody doesn't work out in a relationship you're in, the first thing people think is, even stuff like cheating, for example. Like, we always talk about cheating. Like, a lot of women think that, like, men cheat because they could have done something different, or I should have, you know, maybe I argued with him too much and stressed him out. Like, they start saying I did this is the reason why. No, like, the man wants to do what he wants to do. Like, nothing you do. You could have been the best and fucking wash his feet every night, and he'll still cheat. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So I really have to let go of the fact that I'm like, I have to be exactly this exact same way to the next person. That's it. So hopefully that answers the question.
I appreciate maturity.
Yes, must. But yeah.
You see that shade?
Hey,
I appreciate it maturity.
She look at you? Oh, man.
Quick. I've known her long enough to know.
Oh, man. It was a great episode. This was a great episode. Thank you for coming by. I got to know a little bit more about you. I'll probably see you again.
You came by late.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you came by pretty late.
40 minutes late. I said 7:30.
Sorry, I'll do better next time.
No, you'll definitely.
We'll be in next time.
Wow. I'll invite her to the show again.
Well, I'll veto that.
I'm getting a key to this place, so.
No, you may as well.
But yeah, no, thank you for coming by. This episode was very heated. I could tell you guys have a great friendship going on over there.
We do. No, we
do. No,
we actually do.
No, I rate it. I argue with my cousins and my close girlfriends like that too. Like, if you can't argue with someone like that,
Amanda's like my sister, pretty much.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can't argue with someone like that to the point they can call you out and you call them out and you just after you're like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, then it's not a real friendship. So, but drop your insignificant socials one more time.
My insignificant socials: Amanda Sarah on Instagram and Amanda Show on Twitter. That's it.
Dope. And what is your plan for
Don't do that.
New Year? Your New Year resolution that you're probably not gonna do.
I don't have a lot of discipline. I think I discipline myself like say like socially.
Discipline?
Yeah, like say like socially, like I'm not gonna think this way. I'm not gonna, like I can do that. But like acting out something, like I'm committed to doing this every day for 6 months. I've never been able to do that.
So you're gonna try that?
I would like, well, not like a New Year's resolution, but as I'm getting older,
just generally just
I'd
growing.
like to be.
Or
I don't see results that I want because I don't commit myself to anything
long enough
to find that kind of result. So that's something that I'm interested in.
True.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wicked. Well, thank you for inviting her, Z. That was
Thanks, guys.
great call. Yeah, thank you guys again for stopping by. We are at 1:30 or so. Thank you guys for stopping by, and hope you guys enjoyed the great argument that happened. We love doing these, as you guys know, every week. I'm your host, Mr. KOA, alongside, and this is WNTT Podcast.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
We need to talk. We need to talk.